Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
You kind of came in the room, your lady didn't know you was in the room. You overheard her telling, she on a group chat with girls, and she's like, I love this nigga Andre to death, but only problem is he don't fuck like my ex do. You're letting it ride, you ain't saying nothing, you just like easing back out the room.
Nah, I'm gonna let it be known. You got to know I heard it, bro. You got to know I heard that. But damn, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, you gotta hear me, bro. I mean, we're gonna talk about it, and I want you to be if it's specifics. I want to know specifics. That's what I'm saying. Like I want to know shit like that. Like that's the question. Like if some shit that you gotta know. Like if I ain't doing something right, if I ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm not laying the smack down like I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I need to know.
Is that a blow to the ego?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Anytime, because I mean, you can sit here and say, like, yo, I got my youngin' and she probably had some niggas that smack cheek better than me.
Mm-hmm.
But in all actuality, you just going off of, hypothetically, you're going off of, possibility and whatnot. But in all actuality, in your mind, you hope that it's you that's king digging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And that's...
and if you find out you're not, man, it's a bluff, man.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'd have to figure out, like, why? What makes me not
Better than him.
Yeah. What if you can't correct it? You stay. You gotta bow out.
Nah,
I love you. I'm gonna stay with you, but you just don't.
Wait, you don't do it like him, or you don't do it for me? Like, it's a difference, bro.
Well, no. You don't do it like him.
Well, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a multitude of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might be on some dominatrix type. You know what I'm saying? You might not. You know what I mean? You might not be into that. That might drive her mentally. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Now, if I know you, you're talking about hardware. And when it comes down to it, if the but,
but
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's and I think that when it comes to hardware, I think that's I can't speak for him, but I think that's kind of subjective too because
it is.
you have like just like women, man, all shit is different. You got motherfuckers like that. They say, oh, he's small, but he might not be small to this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or he might be small, but when they get hard, he's a what is it? Grower, not a shower.
Yeah. Bro,
so I mean, you have all this shit, and you got motherfuckers that might be a shower. When they get hard, they don't really get, yeah. So I mean, or it just stays the same size. But the motherfucker that was smaller when he grew, he was, So I mean, it's all, Yeah, I'd have to. Oh, that's Dorian Finney. Who starts for them for center? Is it Dwight Powell? Yeah. Who's their backup center? Or they just play small ball the whole time when Dwight Powell go out?
Yeah. They play small ball. They don't backup. Just saying.
Marquise Chris don't get playing time?
He did the other night when he was up. All 1 million points.
But all right, let's get this rolling, man. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. You know who it is. Trey the Nomad, Reg Prime Minister. We back in here. Last episode we did it. We was in separate places, but in the same location. Ready to give y'all some more good content. Got some things to talk about this week. I don't know if we really got no announcement. You got any announcements?
Now, announcements. Shout out to all the graduates, man, the past few weeks.
Yes,
man.
all the graduates,
weeks, man. Especially, shout out to Smurf, man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
On your accomplishment, big dog, does, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of you, man. I know I hit you on Instagram. Tell you congratulations, but that's a big thing for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say that I use the term us, I mean us. So congrats on that, man.
Mm-hmm.
As far as and every other person out there that achieved a diploma or degree or whatever it is that you receive.
Right.
Good job, well done.
Right. Yeah. Well, Carlos Boozer, Jerome Bettis, Steph Curry, to name a few.
Yeah.
But back to Smurf. It was kind of it was a beautiful thing to see. Not just him, but just how many black people was walking across that stage, getting like because he got his bachelor's, but I mean, like, I forgot, it was like 6 people that were getting masters, and 4 of them were black. So I mean, that's heavy. So that's just heavy. Like the whole thing. I mean, but it's all in, for the associates, the masters, and all the other and bachelors. Like, it was heavily, a lot of black people. So that was a beautiful thing to see, man. I was just like, wow, like, but yeah, shout out to Smurf, man. Good job well done. Now you can let your hair down a little bit. You ain't got to worry about school and writing papers and all the other good stuff. And not just Dre did say all the graduates, but yeah, I do special, especially college, but high school. I don't want to forget about y'all either. Nisha, congratulations. Her daughter's graduation was today.
Dope. Congrats on that.
Yeah, she's about to go to Winston-Salem State, as we said a podcast or 2 ago. Yep, good thing. But yeah, I don't know if we got no other announcements. I guess we can do a recap on this on our last episode. I don't know. No.
Any feedback? I haven't got any feedback in the last couple of weeks, man.
No, me neither.
Man, people might not be rocking with me. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
I gotta get spicy for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Roughly a couple of them.
Probably. I didn't really get none back on of course the Kevin Samuel talk, man, but I really don't want to talk about Kevin Samuel because that's all still gonna be a matter of opinion, because subjective. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's about it, man. Sports talk. We're gonna get into these sports talk real quick. We are watching the Golden State Warriors and Dallas Mavericks right now.
Yeah.
I guess we can jump back to the last round because when we last talked, we still had everybody was still in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was still in. So we had Philly over no, Miami over Philly.
Which we both got completely and utterly wrong.
Yeah. But like, okay, so Joel comes back, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, they lost by 20.
Yeah.
Joel come back and they not only do they, play a good game, but they beat Miami by 20. So that's almost like a 40-point swing.
Exactly.
And then the next game, Harden comes out, shows his ass.
Right. We thinking it's the resurgence of James Harden.
Yeah.
I did as a fan. I thought he
right.
was going to come back and get busy, but he did not. That was the last we saw of him in the scheme of things,
Mm-hmm.
in the grand scheme of things. So it's unfortunate for those Philly fans. I mean, dude, it's not it. The team that they have is not it. And then on top of that, you go against a guy like Jimmy Butler.
We need to start calling him Playoff Jimmy.
Huh?
That motherfucker.
Shout out to Jimmy, bro, for him to be, I saw him did you see him before he went in the locker room?
Mm-hmm.
After they whooped their ass? What he said?
Yeah. Tobias over me? Yeah. Yeah, he been talking spicy all about them the whole time.
You can't give somebody like that a chip.
Nope.
Don't give him the ammo. Because he's shooting that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
when he's locked in, he's locked in. He been showing this since Minnesota.
Yeah.
Remember they said practice. He wanted to practice with the B team.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Don't put me with the starters.
Right.
Yeah, right. That takes a certain type of dog, man. And Jimmy is a dog, and I don't give a damn who it is. You don't let somebody like Jimmy. I don't understand that. I get why he is mad. For him to be on 3 different teams?
Yeah.
Timberwolves,
Philly,
Miami.
That's it, right?
Yeah, for him to be on 3 different teams, a perennial all-star. One of the best shooting guards in the entire league, bro. And it's you have to put him in the conversation, although he's left out of a lot of conversation.
Right. Yeah.
That's enough to say, okay, let me show y'all a picture.
Yeah. It's definitely enough to say. And I mean, I don't know how. But Philly's not a match. I don't know where they go from here, what they do. It's the bench is not as good. But I guess that happens when you go after Harden. Harden has destroyed about 3 teams.
Yeah, he destroys teams. We talked about that. He destroys teams.
Houston is left in shambles. Man. Brooklyn is decimated damn near.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they still had Dinwiddie, LeVert, and Allen on that team. No Harden. Let Harden stay in Houston. And now look at Philly. Philly had to give away Curry, Jordan, and
also too. But Dinwiddie, is he the second option on that team?
On
Brooklyn.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So he's the second option on his Dallas team.
Yeah.
And he's first.
Yeah, but he was still doing his thing in Brooklyn.
He was doing. So
Karis LeVert too. Yeah.
So was LeVert. Yeah.
And Jared Allen. But Jared Allen came. He was more of a defensive player. He's shown more of his offensive game in Cleveland.
Right. It's only for basketball.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
Golden State and Memphis. There ain't much there. I mean, Ja was hurt. I was surprised Golden State blew out the way they did in Memphis. That game.
No. Well, I was surprised at the score, but when you sit back and you think about it, the way the playoffs have been going, and a team like Golden State, they can give you in the quarterfinals, right? They can give you or semifinals. They can give you a game.
Right.
The series is already won.
Yeah, and Golden State didn't come to play that game.
The series is already won.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to exert too much energy. I mean, it's the Memphis Grizzlies versus the fucking Golden State Warriors. It's young boys versus championship caliber team, right? While people talked about it, you know what I'm saying? Like how long they talked about it for one day.
Yeah.
Because we knew, like, all right.
Yeah.
You see what's going on here. The series is over. You win by 40, and I still walk away saying, well, the series is over.
Right. And then you fired them up even more with the whip that trick and what they say, Memphis in 7. They doing the chant. So yeah, I mean, so not much there. Yeah.
But I guess you gotta believe. You know what I'm saying?
You do. Yeah. Boston, Milwaukee.
Surprised. I knew it would go 7. I think I did call it going 7. I think although they lost, I think Giannis again, he showed that he is the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And it's not up for debate.
No.
It's unfortunate that he didn't have his sidekick with him.
That's the only thing I was missing.
Yeah, closer, Middleton. But hats off to the Celtics and handling business, and it was a tough, it was a grimy, it was a dog fight. You know what I mean? For the entire series, and for that reason, I think that the Boston Celtics are beat up coming into this next round.
That and they essentially wore down Milwaukee because Giannis ain't had no legs. He had nothing that last game.
No, he did not.
Yeah, and I'm never expecting Grant Williams to hit 7 out of 14, 15 threes, and Pritchard. Man, okay.
He looked like he had 18 last night. He looked like the mystery meat on a lot of them shots. Jimmy was walking.
Yeah.
They put his name on the board and circled it. Said, he is on you. Do not pass.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. But they had the triangle. Yeah. Come and get it, boy.
Mouse in the house. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the most stunning of them all, Phoenix and Dallas.
Wow. Phoenix is definitely my pick coming out of the West.
Absolutely. Without almost hands down for me.
It was hands down for me. It was hands down for me. For them to bolo like they did, bro. For them to let Luka destroy them like he did. For them to be embarrassed like they did, because I mean, let's just be honest, man. Like everybody wanted to see what Luka was going to do against the Western Conference Champions. He stood up. He literally laughed the whole game.
Oh,
did he? The entire game.
Yeah.
He laughed,
smiling, smirking,
and smacked.
Yeah. He scored more than Devin Booker. He outscored him through the whole series. He had more assists than Chris Paul through the whole series. He had more rebounds than DeAndre Ayton the whole series. Like, those are Phoenix top 3 players, and he outdid them in every category that they're strong in their stronger points. Like, Luka is. I'm not even gonna say he's gonna be a force, because he already is.
He is. It's not pretty. It's not always pretty.
No. And I'll go back to it, man. They keep telling us that, Jordan played against plumbers, or these guys ain't athletic enough to play against players these days. Luka ain't athletic and gets busy Jokic is not athletic. And they're, these are MVP quality, type players. So that lets you know, these, regardless of the decade we're in, I mean, these motherfuckers can get shit done.
Yeah.
Basketball is basketball.
Yeah.
If you're talented, you're talented. You can make it happen.
Right.
Man, Luka, he decimated Phoenix.
Yeah.
27 at the half. He tied them. It's crazy. Phoenix I don't even know what to say about them, how they looked. They
didn't show up.
No, at all.
And then they were talking about this whole thing internal about, DeAndre Ayton playing 18 minutes in the game or whatever. And, I don't give a damn. Your best player is supposed to be on the floor, game 7.
Right.
Right? He's supposed to be on the floor. Not 18 minutes, bro. Are you kidding me?
Right.
That lets you know, for me, that lets me know that the writing is on the wall as far as him getting the extension. I think they're going to let him walk. I think, he's a restricted free agent, so
right. They can match any,
whatever. They can match whatever offer sheet he gets, and he's going to get, an offer.
And they say he won't max. He won't max money.
But who's going to really give him max? I know at the end of the day, my Hornets could definitely use him.
Yeah.
Right. Hornets could definitely use him, but he's not a max player. He's not. Don't do it. MJ, don't do it.
No. And he went number 1 overall.
Yes, he did.
Over Luka.
Yes, he did.
And Trae Young. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Luka, Trae Young. Let's talk about that debate. The trade. Like last year, they were saying, we saw what Trae did in the playoffs. They said Trae Young has proven that Atlanta got the best of that trade.
And that is a crock of shit.
Full crock of shit.
I mean, while Trae is a remarkable point guard, right? Ball player, right? He's a game changer. He's gone fishing, brother.
He is. Yeah, he didn't even make the tournament. Dance.
He's gone fishing. He can't control the game like Luka can.
Nope.
He can't. there's not going to be in this league, and I want to talk about. There's not going to be a small guard that can control the league and control what's going on. Like it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The closest thing we got to it is Steph Curry.
Right.
Kyrie at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I'm missing somebody, let me know. Dame, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Dame's never, Dame's never nowhere to be found when it comes down to the playoffs and going a deep run and whatnot. Like
right.
You can forget about it.
You're absolutely right.
So again, big guards are running this shit.
Yeah. I never thought it was I thought Dallas got the steal.
Yeah, I agree. Wow. Luka has a very, very slow game. It's effective. Man.
It's effective and methodical. Like he knows how to pick and choose his spots.
Yeah.
He is strong in the paint.
Yeah.
He can get to the paint. As slow as he is, and he still gets to the paint when he wants to.
And he doesn't rush.
Nope.
For nobody.
Nope.
Nobody. You can double team. It does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do what he does. Get you, like you said, get to his spots and make his plays, man. So hats off to Luka, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to watch this shit.
No.
But it's not very pretty. But it's very, very effective, man. So shout out to him.
Yeah. You got any what's your thoughts on the conference finals?
The conference finals, I'm gonna take go to State, and I'm gonna take
I gotta go to State. I got it with you. I wanted to say Boston earlier until last night. The way they got beat last night didn't dictate me, thinking different. The fact that Marcus Smart and Al Horford didn't play,
a big part.
Right.
Huge
so part. I think that game right there says a lot about this series, because essentially that's like one got away that they can't like you can't afford to. Not saying they gave Miami the game, but you can't be undermanned playing, and trying to beat Miami.
Marcus Smart, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How effective do you think Al Horford will be in the series versus Bam? I don't think he'll be effective at all. So none. That's why I don't even.
But body. I mean, he's
a body.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Bam's gonna have him all around the perimeter. You know what I mean?
But I think he keeps them honest because he can shoot.
Okay.
So, but I mean, had you told me that these boys is gonna, I'm not gonna say they like really lock Tatum down, but had you told me they was gonna do Tatum the way they did him last night, then I would have like because Tatum was having problems.
Yeah, he was
on both ends.
But also too, they threw all bodies at him, right? Mm-hmm. So, but if you remember, the first game Boston had against Milwaukee wasn't pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't pretty.
That's true.
It was not pretty. So, they got punched in the mouth last night. But I think I'm gonna go with Miami on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with Miami on this one. I think they have too many shooters.
Yeah.
I think their identity, they have an identity,
mm-hmm.
right? And I don't think they sway away from their identity,
right?
And when it comes down to this point in the playoffs, when it comes down to being at this point in the playoffs, your identity is everything. Mm-hmm. Your identity is what's going to get you to the promised land or the championship, if you will.
Right.
And I don't think that really that Boston is going to be able to match that grit.
Don't look like it. Who's Miami starting backcourt? Exactly. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, wow. I don't know who the fuck them boys was out there last night. I mean, their names, of course, but we've heard of them. But where else have we seen them play ball? Nowhere. And they look like polished starters. You know what I'm saying? They got Oladipo and Tyler Hero backing up, these guys that probably they probably started on a two-way contract at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Oladipo and
Hero coming off the bench.
Hero come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Does Duncan Robinson start?
Nope.
Duncan Robinson comes off the bench.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lowry's not even playing.
Nope. So I think I think Miami feel like they can beat Boston without Kyle Lowry, having to play a lot.
And they can
Rest him up
out
for this next round.
Okay.
I really think Miami can give Golden State headaches.
Yeah, they play. For sure. Yeah,
I think they match up with them all like evenly across the board for a sense. I mean, who am I putting on Steph? Jimmy, maybe. I don't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play Jimmy. You're gonna have to play Jimmy on Steph.
Yeah. So
we're just talking hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, excuse me.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got to get there. Yeah, we got to get there.
We'll see what happens, man. But
we got to get
honestly, the nod. I'm going to give the nod to. I'm gonna go Golden State. I'm gonna go Miami. I'll wait for a little while. I'll wait a couple of weeks to get my pick for NBA champion. But Miami and Golden State. I want to see it.
Okay. One thing while we're in sports, I wanted to give a rest in peace and condolences to Adam Ogulaja.
Yeah, Ogulaja. Legend.
Yep.
Yeah, legend. Big,
absolutely.
Big part. 4-year player, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Passed away. So definitely, RIP, condolences to him and his family, loved ones. Pat Bev, man. Pat Bev been on ESPN all week throwing. He ain't even throwing strays. He ain't even throwing. Yeah, but you know what? I like it because he's not like holding back words. He's saying shit like that. We really want to hear like what the players say in the locker room to each other. Like certain players, like we don't need game plan against him.
Yeah.
Oh, for Chris Paul, yes, they game plan against Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But like a Grayson Allen, no, Pritchard and all these other names that Stephen A was throwing out. Yeah. But
I wasn't even gonna mention the Rudy Blues that we're talking about. We're talking about the point guard, Chris Paul.
Did you hear what he said? It was I don't know if a lot of people heard it, but he did say it like they was like, so before y'all play, Phoenix and Chris Paul, he's like, I go out and have a steak.
Yeah,
stay out. Yeah,
Steak 44. I've been there. Steak 44 in Phoenix is a great spot. If you ever out of Phoenix, Unapologetic Nation, please go there.
They said, go to State. He was like, oh, I'm going to bed early. I'm having, oh yeah, because they asked him just like, yeah, because Steph and Clay and Poole and them. He's like, Steph.
Yeah, Steph.
Nobody was Steph.
Steph.
That's
Steph
kind of
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Don't call me. Don't do nothing.
They said because of Clay and him. He's like Steph. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you putting
crazy, bro.
Yeah, you putting Clay in that same, like we ain't really like we well, I guess yes, you're gonna be more worried about Steph, but
he would never guard Clay Thompson.
Right. So how do you feel about some of the things he said about Chris Paul?
I think it was disrespectful. I think that
any truth?
As far as him talking about how Chris Paul plays and some of the things he gets away with, yes.
Okay. Overrated?
Not overrated.
Okay.
But Chris Paul is a little chippy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that. And a lot of things aren't called on him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but we've known Chris to be dirty since Wake Forest.
Right. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does. But players in his league, they get calls. Certain players get calls.
Mm-hmm.
We know that he's one
superstar
of them.
calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I guess that's the question.
Is he a superstar?
Should he get superstar calls?
Yes, he does. Yes, he should. Yes, he should. He's easily a top 5 point guard ever. For me, top 3. But yeah, I think so. I think Pat Bev, he was asking like, why do we give him praise? When it came down to, we've never seen the Chris Paul, well, I haven't, and I don't remember seeing. I'm sure he's had bad games, of course. Everybody has bad games, but to see something like that in a game 7, I don't remember seeing Chris Paul that bad. Collectively,
I don't know if I've seen a superstar play that bad in a game 7. A superstar.
James Harden has some hard games now.
He's inflamed out about it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not in no Western Conference, semifinals. He does it in the quarters. He doesn't get past the second round. So, but either way, I'm looking at it like this. Like, all right, Pat Bev, who are you? What accomplishment do you have, bro? Like, not just do you have under your belt, CP3. I mean, then he goes back to how it started at LeBron James camp, and he asked LeBron, he mopped the floor with Chris Paul and all this shit. Like, first of all, that's LeBron main man. You think he's gonna be like, Patrick Beverly killed my man. What? Like, cut it out.
He did. Yeah, he did. He said, I gave him that work. Steph Curry was my roommate in the camp. I gave him that work.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why. Like, it's not going to change. Like, basically, I mean, it was hate. Like, you threw salt on this man for what? That's just like that would be the equivalent of me saying, why all these women fuck with Reggie? I mean, yeah, I know he done had some baddies, but why they still fucking with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that your body of work speaks for itself.
Right. And he was I mean, I can't take nothing away from Chris. It was kind of crazy to hear him go at Chris like that.
Right.
And for about 2 days straight at that. So that was crazy in itself. And yeah. But is that who we know Pat Bev to be in?
He has no filter.
Yeah.
It's that Chicago shit in him. You know what I'm saying? Chicago boys get busy. We know that.
And he got a chip on his shoulder always.
Why?
He got to prove something. Because he went undrafted. He's always like, he's been that guy that always, yeah, but nope.
Shit. Bro, you got your bag, you're a millionaire. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be there, but you are.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Top point guard.
No, at all. Any thoughts on, we had AB, last week or the week before, he had comments about Cap. A couple days after that, who was it? Somebody else said there's another player. I can't remember his name, but basically he was supporting what AB said. Yeah, we don't, but I don't know. What's I have to look it up. But it's confusing me why, everybody's so, boisterous now. They got, a lot to say about Kaepernick now.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe it's because of the documentary and everything. I haven't watched it yet.
I did watch the documentary.
So
it's pretty good.
I gotta add that.
Yeah, please do. Pretty good.
But I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's resentment You know, but I mean, acting like, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to me, man.
Overall, I don't understand what the big deal is about talking about where he's from or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is he took a stand for us as a people, not just for football players, us as a people. How the fuck can you hate on that?
A great question. That's a great question. Like, I don't, man, but you know, I believe, I'm pretty sure they said Martin and Malcolm dealt with the same thing. People say they was full of shit. They wasn't, you know, so
you're right. Okay.
So
I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
It might be kind of hard for you to want to do something good for your people or the people.
Okay.
Because you're gonna always have the other side.
Bro, all I know is that AB just needs to shut the fuck up.
He does.
All right. I was hearing him talk like, yeah, you heard. Bruh, did you hear the other day?
Yeah, listen to him.
Like, bro.
Listen to him is hard. It's hard to listen to him.
What are you talking about? Mush mouth? What the
What? He's a grown ass man. Like, dog, he's in his mid 30s, right? He sounds like one of these, you know, young ass rappers in their late teens, early 20s. Like,
you heard, no, me, nigga, you're from Florida,
right?
What are we talking about? Shut up.
Yeah. So we was talking about this topic earlier. Carlos Allen. He received 124.
Was it 124 or 104? Might have been 124.
I know it's a life sentence. It's a life sentence for distributing fentanyl. This guy passed away. When the police came to pick him up, I think they said they found over 150 pills. And a whole bunch of other stuff. And I think they said he has distributed, you know, over fentanyl to over 50 people. I guess they went, I don't know how but I read a little bit of that into the, so one of the things that, I think the thing that mainly stuck out to me about it is the time he got.
Yeah. For sure.
They are cracking down on motherfuckers that's selling fentanyl.
Yeah.
But they're not giving that type of time out. Mac Miller, the guy they hunted that motherfucker down. I think he got 10 to 15 to 20. They are actively looking for. They may have got him. I think they got the people. They got him. The people that sold Michael K. Williams.
They got him.
Yep, okay. They got him. But of course, that trial hasn't started. Haven't went nowhere. Okay. And there's a couple other people, but I don't. Well, they might. I mean, we'll see, because I'm pretty sure it's a black person that gave Michael K. Williams fentanyl. Maybe not. I don't know, but
I won't make that assumption.
No, but I don't.
I know why you're making an assumption.
Yeah, good, because I just feel like he's only going to deal with blacks, but who knows? But the time is the thing that stuck out the most to me.
Right.
I guess giving him the time because someone died.
He got charged with first-degree murder.
Yeah.
He got charged with first-degree murder.
So I don't know what they charged Mac Miller guy with. I mean, I would hope that it's consistent.
How do you give somebody first-degree murder for drugs? And I don't. That's my issue. This is why I sent it to you. We had a conversation via text about what we were going to talk about. My issue with this is this: I'm not condoning, drug dealers. I'm not saying that it's okay to sell illegal drugs to people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it. But what I am saying is that let's look at the times that we're in. There's been multiple cases of, people killed in cold blood.
Yeah.
They don't get anywhere near 100 fucking years.
Or even a first degree.
You're right. They don't even get fucking first degree murder. You're fucking right. They don't even get first degree murder. They don't even get charged for first degree murder. They don't even get charged with first degree murder. They don't even get charged.
Or charged at all.
You understand what I'm saying? So for this young man to get 100+ years for selling someone a substance that they just so happen to OD on.
Right.
That took it willingly. It's a crock of shit, Reg. That's what you asked me what we're gonna speak on or what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah.
And then let's just be honest, like, and I know there's different stipulations, and I know that, when it comes down to over-the-counter drugs and this, that, and the third, like, hey, this is a prescription and whatever the case, right? I guess because that's the legal way to go about it. So I guess, that protects pharmaceuticals or whatnot.
Right.
But there's all type of opioids that you can OD on. Opioids, as far as drugs, kill more than any other substance. But the most opioids are sold over the counter.
Yeah.
In America.
Very true. Very true.
Right. That's what I'm talking. That's what I want to talk about. But people don't fucking know that. So for this young man, going back to my statement, for this young man to get 100+ years, bro, are you fucking kidding me? First degree murder, like first degree is cold blood.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're right. And I think it's cold blood with the intent. Yeah,
it's cold blood. Intent. Yeah, intent. Yeah. So that was my only thing about it, man. And then it just seems like it's an agenda.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's thoroughly an agenda. And I think it's blatant.
Yeah.
So and moving into rest in peace to the personnel, people, and the family members, that lost loved ones in the Buffalo shooting and the Orange County church shooting. We're not really going to speak on the Orange County church shooting because it's still a lot that's unknown about it that they're still figuring out. But this Buffalo shooting, there's things that's, like a lot is out there. It's a lot to digest and unpack from that already, and still like to the probably this minute we can log on to social media right now and there's something new. But it is a hate crime. They're gonna charge it as a hate crime. From what's been said, it is a young white boy that took his time to drive 20, 25, 30 miles out of his way to a Black neighborhood, a shopping what is it, a grocery store in a Black neighborhood, predominantly Black neighborhood, and shoot Black people. That's what he was looking for. Video came out today that he pointed the gun at a white man and said, "Oh, sorry." And
no shit.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yes, I saw it earlier. I saw it earlier on my son page, and that's one of the biggest things right now. Yeah, he was like sweeping through, pointed the gun right at a white man, and the white man looked at him like that, put his hands up. He said, "Oh, sorry," and turned the other way and went, chasing Black people shooting.
He had a nigga at the end of his M16.
Yeah. I'm for weapons. People having weapons for protection. But there's no way to regulate it. Like either you have weapons or you don't. Either, you know what I'm saying? Like you ban them or you can't or you don't. So I don't necessarily, but there's no way to stop things like this.
Nope.
No way to stop it. It'll never make sense to me, or I'll never understand and why not all white people, but why are we hated so much by white people? Not all white people. We're not saying that, but it is a proven fact that Black people are like, most of the hate crimes are committed towards us, Black people. You have a strong group of white people that will do things like this, go out their way to, you know, I don't know, like, what the fuck we done?
I think it, from a psychological standpoint, you can go back to the Willie Lynch letter, right? And what it says. I'm not going to go into detail about what it says, but you know what it says. You know, systematically, that gives the blueprint on how to keep, you know, Black people down.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. This is Willie Lynch letter is talked about in schools. I learned about the Willie Lynch letter in schools.
Okay.
In school, in high school, I learned about that. Fast forward, you know, 20 years later, I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck was that even a topic in school? Why did that come up? You don't teach real, you don't get a real history.
No, at all.
Why the fuck would you put this buffoonery in front of kids? You know, 14, 15-year-old kids. I learned about that shit in 9th grade. Like, literally, it was a topic. It was a part of the syllabus, man. Make that shit make sense.
But, you know, but they'll take the other stuff out of school.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So this is, I think this is a part of, you know, when we was just talking about the agenda, you know, far as in the time that this guy got, this young white man, because he wasn't a child, y'all, he's a man, got apprehended, unharmed.
Yeah, not a stain on him.
Nope. Part of the plan, the agenda. Like, it's like confusing how, you know, you have police that are so scared of Black people sleeping in their bed.
It's not funny, but that sounds so stupid coming out of your mouth. It sounds so ridiculous. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, listen, that's the exact point. Yes, it sounds ridiculous because how can, like, who are you trying to make believe this? You know what I'm saying? Okay, a Black man walking away from you, going to get back in his car. You shoot him 7 times in the back in front of his kids. Like, but you know, so I like, man, it's like crazy. When I saw it, I'm like, wow, how can this, you know, how is this still happening? And then, you know, it comes out, you know, okay, it's a predominantly Black neighborhood. This guy, you know, he sought out, you know, this area, these people, and it is going to be considered a hate crime.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's not even crazy to think that this type of stuff is still happening in 2022. Why? Because and a lot hasn't changed in between last year, the year before, the year before. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
You know,
I know I do fucking know, actually. I do know. Reality of it is that we live in a country that is high strung, and that one of the top priorities is to keep us down as a people. I don't give a fuck how you slice the pie.
Okay.
It's evident.
Okay. You know, there's a whole list that's floating around social media right now of places that Black people aren't safe.
Okay.
And when I looked at this list,
okay, talk about it.
I don't know where the fuck we safe at. You know, because you can look at some of the main ones. You're not safe at home because they raiding your house. Breonna Taylor got killed at home.
Yeah.
You're not safe at church. Those are supposed to be, those are supposed to be two places that are safe havens.
Yeah.
Especially your home. You're supposed to think, you know what I'm saying? Church. I mean, grocery stores, malls, I mean, you name it. There was not one place on, like, when I'm looking at the list, I'm like, I can't think of a place that, you know, we aren't being, you know, attacked or assassinated at.
At home. In your motherfucking bed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I'm gonna run to the grocery store real quick and get something to eat. You know, I gotta get something for the night. You might not make it home.
Bro, do you understand, like, at the end of the day, like, let's put this in perspective. I mean, shit can happen to anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is you could go, like, I could be at your home and we are watching a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You say, I'm about to go out to the store. The probability of you not returning is higher than any other race.
Right. And not because of just a car accident or wreck. You talking about
somebody plucking your ass off.
Yeah. And not even murder. It can be damn police, or it can be your average white collar white boy that just don't like Black people.
What did that lady say to you the other day, a couple weeks ago?
Oh, a citizen's arrest.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, a citizen's arrest.
What?
You know, hell, they could have. There's a Black man coming, like, we don't know what's going on, and we see him walking. This next thing you know, somebody beating my doors down because we sitting here, you know. So I don't know. We're not safe nowhere. We're not safe nowhere. Right. We can get off that.
All right, man. All right.
Casanova.
Yes.
Took a deal.
Yes.
For those that don't know who Casanova is, he's a rapper, New York rapper.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
He it was earlier this year. Was it earlier this year? Yeah. I think it was January he got hit with RICO charges.
Yeah.
And they were heavy. And we talked about RICO last week, you know, because Thug and Gunna got hit with, you know, but
right.
RICO charge, like, these are serious charges. Like, it's not the percentage that I think they said it's like a 79% conviction rate on RICO charges. Like, it's high.
Yeah.
From people that get, you know, but
because of racketeering.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing, racketeering.
Right.
And racketeering equals fucking with the government.
Right.
To be clear, unapologetic nation.
He did a whole lot of interviews, you know, that are resurfacing now.
Yeah.
Talking about 6ix9ine and talking about how, you know, he understand what he did. He, you know, he would take a deal, or he would, if you taking a deal on a RICO charge, or, you know, that means you're giving them information on other people, right?
Organization.
Yeah.
On an organization as a whole. Yeah.
If you build your reputation off of being a street nigga, living by the codes and everything else,
which we discussed a couple weeks ago, but go ahead.
how do you uphold that reputation? I mean, after that, and because I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to make music.
If you have any sense, you don't uphold it.
Yeah. I'm fully with it. What are your thoughts on him? I guess what do you do? He pled guilty, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To
5 to 60. Jesus Christ.
I think he's seen that 6-0. I think he's seen that 60 years, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was cornered. Do I think that he's, innocent? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably not.
Nope.
I don't know, but probably not. However, I feel like, you throw a 60 piece at me, no business, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to do whatever I can, bro, to get that thing shaved down, dog. If it means taking, pleading guilty to certain things, like it's at that point, it's about mathematics.
Yeah,
it is, dog. What's gonna get me the lesser? I'm going to jail. I'm going.
Right.
What's gonna get me the lesser time? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That man got babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
People he taking care of, probably.
Yeah, right?
that count on him. Yeah.
Come on. Let's talk about it. Like, let's keep it a buck, man.
Right.
Like, and he said it, like, he felt, the system is, he feel like the system trapped him. You throwing all these numbers at somebody, bro, but, like you said, that are taking care of people, that have kids, that, what do you expect them to do? It's a trap. That's what it is.
And when they get you, they got you. Because I don't think, out of all the cases we've seen, a RICO wasn't built off 2, 3, 4, 5 years worth of anything.
No, they got you by the nuts.
Yeah,
they got you by
because
the nuts.
they got you by like about 10 years.
Yeah, they got you by the nuts now. Don't get it fucked up now.
And somebody's done talk for them to come at you anyway. They didn't put the squeeze on somebody. So yeah, so yeah. They didn't have shit tapped for a little bit. Yeah.
The same nigga that you ride for, whatever game or whatever set you playing, somebody done squeal. Somebody been singing songs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So go back to Gunner and Thug.
Okay.
When you talk about them, as far as in using lyrics, what are your thoughts on that? Because there's a lot of people that say, and there's a lot of rappers that are petitioning, and Jay-Z is one of them, that says lyrics should not be used against rappers.
No, it shouldn't, because you have people like, I mean, it's music. Are you using these lyrics against other genres of music? It's plenty.
Okay.
There's plenty of rock stars, and they talk about being drug addicts, or you know what I mean. Like, there's plenty of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's songs, country songs, where it's talking where people men are talking about, on some Romeo and Juliet type shit, killing a woman and then killing themselves type shit.
All right.
Right. I don't see them fucking being brought up on charges.
All right, so let me play devil's advocate real quick. What if these guys are giving you the 2, 3 missing pieces to the puzzle by their lyrics? Like, they are verbatim, like, using these lyrics, telling you step by step what they did. It ain't even no hypothetical. I got the case already built.
I can't buy that, Rich. I can't buy it, because music is an art. Art is a depiction of whatever it is that you want it to be.
Okay.
Right. So I can't buy into that. I just can't. You take Plies, for example. What did Plies talk about? Dope and all this shit. Plies is a schoolboy.
Right. Plies a schoolboy. But like I said, if I can prove that you did it, Like
you can't, but that's what we're talking. The argument is using that to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't prove that I did something. The argument is using this music to prove it.
Okay, so what if your lyrics is the last piece of that puzzle?
Again, that doesn't make it real. That doesn't make it true. At the end of the day, if I'm about to tell you right now.
So if they, like, for instance, the guy said, all right, someone said, I shot whatever else, verbatim. They basically said how they did it, and when you look at the sequence of how things happen, that's exactly how you have it investigated. You come and you have a search warrant. You go through XYZ's house. They have the murder weapon, and let's just say they didn't put the phone tap on you because of that.
What's the odds of that?
I think it happens quite.
No, I'm asking
because that's how they got Meech.
Okay, Meech ain't no rapper.
Well, he ain't no rapper, but them motherfuckers putting that shit in their lyrics. So,
in the air, yeah, for sure. I'm talking about this right here. This is what I'm saying. This is why it's ridiculous to me. Okay, you got me on suspicion of I'm a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You got me on suspicion of robbing and jacking people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Just because I talk about what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll prime example. Unapologetic Nation, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Right now, this is some unapologetic shit for your ass. When I was young, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'll run up in somebody's shit.
Okay.
I'm taking your shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running your crib, I'm taking your car, I'm doing all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Young boy.
Okay.
15, 16, 17 years old, I'm doing it. I'm going in your shit and I'm taking it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
20 years later, I'm not on it.
Right.
But to appeal to the masses, what you think I'm gonna rap about? When it comes down to trap,
okay,
gangster rap.
So if you rap about it, and you say you did this, you did that, and let's say they investigate you and come in your house and they find all the jewelry that you did take.
But that doesn't mean I did it. I was specific in this case, quote unquote, that you got up on. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We ought to do some dumb shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel me? But to use an art form, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, again, like Romeo and Juliet. We don't know if it was fucking made up or it was based on a true story or what. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But this motherfucker again, or not even that, Romeo and Juliet. We'll go Othello. Okay. Same shit, Romeo and Juliet, Othello, same shit. Mm-hmm.
So what about the I forgot his name. The guy that shot his two best friends and put them in the trunk and rode around with them in the trunk. He made a song about it. I'm gonna look it up. We'll talk about it after. But it was I want to say it was a Florida rapper.
Melly? Not Melly. That should be throwing out names like that.
Damn.
I don't know who you talking about.
Hold on.
I'm gonna look that shit up myself.
I can't remember his name exactly. But he made he's not even a okay, I believe this is him. No, that's another rapper. We'll get to it later because I don't want to, get hold this up. We'll talk about that later on. But I don't know. I feel like if you were going to hand them the case on the platter, then I'm not saying that they should use it against you, but I think that's your mistake.
So Jay-Z talks about what he did forever and a day. So if some shit goes down, we're back in the early 90s, right? And they dig some shit up, and Jay-Z is brought up on Jay-Z.
If they can prove it, then.
But if they can prove it based on what he said in the rap,
not just what he said in the rap. So if they can prove it with everything else that was like, for instance, if you rapped about shooting somebody, you went to if they're investigating the case, you know, let's say someone robbed a McDonald's, right? Went in there, shit went wrong, you shot somebody. Okay. They died. You go home that night, you got away with it. That week, you was like, you know what, I'm a bad motherfucker. Let me put this on wax.
And
right?
I say some shit like the 2 for $2 double cheeseburger knocked off.
Yeah, I shot the cashier, reach for me. I shot him in the face, and they're investigating this, right? Okay. They're investigating this. They have it on camera, but they don't know who it is because you're masked up or whatever else. They know the height, the build, all this other shit. Okay. But someone happens to come across this song and they're like, everything he's talking about fits everything in this picture. Okay. Let's look into him. Okay. Okay, now we got enough to get a search warrant. Okay. They get the search warrant, they search your house. The weapon that was used to kill this person is the weapon that you have. Okay. And Andre fits the full description of the guy in this video that did this crime.
From that standpoint, I get it. I just know that there's so much fabricated in lyrics and songs, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if we're sitting here making music about something that's not our life, that we didn't do, and them motherfuckers can prove that and like take us like, now that's some bullshit. But
like Gunna, we can't, like I'll use Gunna for example. I don't listen to too much Gunna.
Me neither. No.
But maybe he's talking about killing somebody. Maybe he's talking about doing this, or maybe he's talking about if somebody tried him, what he gonna do to him. But
right,
you know, from what the streets talk about, Gunna is not like that. He's guilty by association, according to what the streets say.
And I would believe it.
But lyrics are being used against him.
Yeah.
Now he's guilty by association. It's the second or third order.
Now, so if they can't, so I'm with that. So if they can't prove that, like, what are you talking about? Why? But now if I'm giving you everything that you need on the platter, then
no, you're saying you can't prove it, right? But here's the thing: like, if we're talking about gangs and shit like that, and him being a part of, you know, YSL or whatever the case may be, that being a part of, he just may be affiliated. From what I know,
right?
He's just affiliated. But because he's affiliated and because he wants to sound like he wants to be tough on wax or on, you know, when it comes down to music, guess what? It's being used against him.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And that's the crop of shit.
Yeah, now that is, especially if I didn't do none of this shit, I'm just like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But who's it? That's why it shouldn't be used, because who are you to say that this is true based on what I wrote on a piece of paper and what I recorded on a song? The song is to sell, is to make money.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for me to tell them my fucking self.
Right. Now, some of these cases, they can prove some of this shit too.
Some of them they can. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
But some of them they can't.
Right.
It's subjective. The word of the day is subjective. We've used it 3 or 4 or 5 times. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the point I'm making.
So I'm with that. Yeah.
Because I know you know me, I know you, right? At the end of the day, I know your pedigree. I know who you are. I know that you're moral, you stand on morals. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. So guess what? At the end of the day, it doesn't mean that you can't fucking get on a fucking song and talk your shit.
Right.
Because you wanted to appeal to the masses.
Now, so I do think that there are a lot of rappers that are being watched because of lyrics, because of lyrics they're saying, and I think a lot of them have been watched for a long time, and they're not doing the shit that they're talking about. So that's why they haven't been fucked with, but they are being watched. And that one time that they slip up and do some of the shit that they talking about, we might see the same kind of now we're gonna have to leave it up to whoever it is that think they got them to prove, okay, this shit that they talking about they're actually doing. But yeah, I don't think a lot of these motherfuckers doing the shit they talking about, and that's why they ain't been fucked with. So yeah,
they're not okay. You're saying they're not doing what they're talking about, so that's not what they're fucked with. I'm saying they're not doing what the fuck they're saying, so it should not be used as a whole. That's what I'm talking about. I get, you have good points. You do. Overall, it's still art.
Right.
Art is whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's it. Because at the end of the day, a motherfucker like 6ix9ine is talking about knocking people off in his songs. He's talking about stupid shit. You know what I mean? He is.
Now, would we see it different if it was somebody in your family or someone close to you? We're not even gonna say your family. Someone close to you, could be a friend. Got killed.
Okay.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
Streets know who it is.
Yeah. I know you're going. I'm not saying using lyrics. He's saying this, he's not saying. At the end of the day, it's going to make me upset. I'm going to feel away. But ultimately, personally, wait, let me retract my statement because that was a good question. Very good. I like that. That was a very good question. I like how you just put that. I caught myself. When it comes down to a motherfucking boasting, bragging about a specific. Okay, Reg, I got you. About a specific. You stumped me there. You stumped me, my guy. You stumped me. Okay. Of course, if you're talking about a specific incident, and this guy or gal or whatever is bragging, boasting about it, and you use that type of shit. If it's a pinpoint charge, and I think that's where you were getting at, right?
Yeah, because this person basically told everything they did to that loved one or the person you cared about. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
So
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
I saw what you put on Instagram about it. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried to get into it a couple of times. Again, the instrumentation on it is A1.
Okay.
Right, A1. I'm fucking with it. The songs that I did get into, the message is clear. But for me, I'll have to sit down and actually, listen and be able to receive whatever it is that King Kendrick is trying to put out.
Okay.
Verse, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't honestly see and tell you that I've actually done that.
Because it's more thought-provoking?
Yes, because it's more thought-provoking. And I feel like I have these pockets, man. Sometimes I want to hear ratchet shit.
Because it's conscious. And you don't want to hear conscious all the time. It seems like it's more conscious. Okay.
But I don't have a bunch bunch of rave reviews about it. But from what I've heard and what I've actually paid attention to, I think it's solid, man.
Okay. I'm with you. I have my favorites. I've listened to it probably 3 times now. There's still some things that I'm catching. So I have to, like, I first heard it when I was in Louisville, and me and Tip was, just sitting around. And I couldn't like fully, because it was conversation going on. So I'm like, I couldn't really like listen to it and hear it like I wanted to hear it. So I'm still in that process, and like I said, I have my favorites. It sounds a little bit like To Pimp a Butterfly to me, which I don't like that much, but it's like all his other albums all in one. He have Pimp a Butterfly, he have Damn, he has Good Kid, Mad City to a certain extent, so it sounds like, it's something for everybody on that. But yeah, man, it's a lot to it's a lot to go through.
It's a lot of music.
Yeah, it's a lot to go through.
It's a lot of music, though.
And I mean, because the meanings in like some of those songs are deep. Like for instance, the song we was talking about is Auntie.
Okay.
Like that's a lot to kind of like you're not going, like it's going to take you more than 2, 3, 4 listens. You know what I'm saying? To hear the message and where he's getting at. Because that one, your first listen, okay, you're saying, okay, he's talking about his auntie, and then next listen, you're like, oh, he's talking about his auntie and his cousin. Then the third listen, you're like, oh, he's talking about, this too, and then even one of my favorite songs is the We Cry Together. I like that. I don't know why.
Because it's so clear. It's so clear.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's so clear, and
it's a lot of meanings in that. A lot of different meanings.
Yeah, but it's now it's Texas close to home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
To maybe your past relationships.
Okay.
Or, things that you've been through. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
I think the other one. One of the other ones is Father Time, but we'll call it Daddy's Issues. That has a whole. I mean, a lot in there to unpack. I'm not gonna go, song for song, but it's just one of those albums, man, that you just have to like fully, if you, it's hard, like if you like really listen to lyrics, because like you just can't sit down and enjoy it, you know what I'm saying, like the way you want to, because you want to hear and like understand what's going on.
Well, you said something about understand. This is why I think J. Cole is better than him.
I already know.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
We could put J. Cole on his metaphors,
mm-hmm.
and his message is undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cracks in between. And
right.
I know certain artists,
right?
They do that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. And I think Kendrick is more of a spoken word type rapper. Yeah. Jake,
flat out, what the fuck he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it.
Right.
So it's not
and I still hold that verse on Benny in high regard.
Oh yeah.
And I'm throwing that verse from that he got with old girl in there.
London
yeah. So
but I will say this, bro. With that, so I can't be biased. Like I said, I listened to Drink Champs,
mm-hmm.
Pusha T, and I keep on bringing this up. I have to keep on bringing it up,
mm-hmm.
right? Because I like Pusha T. I'm an advocate for, while the South, and we both Southerners. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got your Yeezys, you got your TIs and shit like that, right?
Right.
That and Gucci. Gucci.
Okay.
With trap music, chicken talk, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime people talk about that trap music shit or chicken talk, if you will, when it comes to music,
mm-hmm.
they don't mention Pusha T.
No.
But you have to, in my opinion.
You should, yeah, you should.
Because he's a quote unquote coke rapper.
Yeah.
I went back, I watched Shrink Champs, and it took for him to break down some of his bars for me to understand what the fuck was going on.
Okay.
The album's solid, Rich.
It is. I've listened to it a couple times since then. I mean, I have my favorites that I go to. But yeah, I'm still I don't know where I'm putting it at in you know, far as in albums that came out. I still have them, but overall it's a very, very, very solid and polished album for me. We didn't talk about the Heart 5. I think listening to it first before you see the video, you'll get a different you know, understanding of or idea or feeling about that song. If you listen to the video first, you're gonna be enamored by, you know, Kobe, Nipsey, you know, the face changing. So it's gonna like, you're gonna be, oh my God, this is one of the most incredible songs I've heard.
But if you don't see the video, it's gonna seem all over the place.
Yeah, it's gonna seem all over the place. It's gonna seem different. I do like, I guess one of the verses that they like people are holding in high regard, I think, is the last one, but I want to say the second one maybe was one of the I don't know, it's one of them, but yeah, yes. Yeah. If you listen to the song first, you're gonna have a whole different impression or thought about the song. Like, so yeah. I've heard, you know, this is one of the greatest put together songs ever, but I'm pretty sure they came off of it, you know, watching the video versus just actually listening to the song. So yeah. Just so one thing about Kendrick is a lot of times he just always seems offbeat to me, but he can do it because he makes it sound good. But like on the Heart 5, it had the Marvin Gaye "I Want You" beat, but you know, Kendrick is a you know, and that beat was not that type of tempo.
Yeah, he definitely, like you said, it's poetic for sure.
Yeah.
He's poetic for sure.
I talked to this we was talking to this young lady, I forgot when it was, sometime last week, and she was just asking me like, what should she do for her son, you know, because she wants to let him take her out so he can get an understanding of how to treat a woman, you know, when he's, you know, taking her out on the date.
Okay.
Her son is 8. So, you know, she said, you know, of course, you know, I'm gonna let him pick out the place. He's gonna have, you know, I'm gonna let him use his allowance, but I'm also gonna give him money too, you know. So, and I just thought about it, I'm like, well, I don't know, like, okay, grooming your child to date.
Yeah.
At 8, I don't know. That just seems a little too young for me. And then, which, I mean, it might not be, but you know, you're saying, okay, I'm doing this because I want him to know how to treat a woman. So I asked her, I'm like, well, how would that sound if I said, you know what, I'm going to, you know, take my 8-year-old daughter out on a date so she'll know how to treat a man that's trying to court her or date her.
It's the same. That's what I'm saying. So well, that's what you gotta look at it from both sides.
It does. But so what do you teach your daughter?
I teach my daughter at the end of the day that a man is supposed to open doors for you.
But what is she supposed to do for him? How does she treat a man that's trying?
I haven't got to that point
yet. Nigga, my oldest daughter is 22.
Yeah.
What do we?
I haven't got to that point. I don't know how to. But wait a minute, Reg. Women are wired to be submissive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to teach them that.
Are they though? Because so this full Well, so in your family, is that what you were gonna say?
No, not in my family. I'm talking about period point blank.
All right. So the majority of them these days are saying, I haven't met the right man to make me want to be submissive.
No, to make me want to or make me do it. At the end of the day, and this is my belief based on my teachings, what I believe, shit like that. Women are, while there are women leaders, but I also feel like even with these women, like we'll go with this. I'll take Viola Davis for example.
Okay.
A strong, prominent Black voice amongst our race, right? Right? Stands for a lot of shit, proactive in what's going on when it comes down to Blacks, right?
Right.
But she bigs up her husband.
Absolutely.
Lets it be known that this is my king. This is my rock. Nothing moves without him.
Monique the same way.
Yeah, right? Nothing moves without him. I believe that it's in a woman's DNA to be submissive. Now, whether or not they allow it to happen or whether or not they deem a man trustworthy to allow it to happen, it's another thing. It's another conversation. But genetically, I believe yes.
I believe so too, but we are in, not for a lot of women, don't get us wrong.
Okay.
We're in that time frame to where we hear it a lot. You have to show me or give me a reason or prove.
That's a mindset.
Exactly.
But that's going against what you are. That's going against your makeup. That's going against your genetic makeup, dog. Like, that's what I believe.
You have to earn my submission.
Yeah, you have to earn it.
Why?
But they want to be submissive, but they want you to work for it.
So that goes back to that conversation we had a long time ago, podcasts ago. So chivalry isn't earned. You're supposed to give that right off the bat.
You're right. I agree.
Supposed to.
We know it's we know some point shaving going on. You know what I'm saying?
Goalpost moving. Yeah.
You feel me? Goalpost move, whatever you want to call it. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
So
it's a man's world, but we know what makes the world go around.
Yeah. So back to the dating thing. I don't. So I'm like, I would be interested or curious to understand or see how, I guess, a woman is supposed to treat a man or react to a man, teaching a younger woman or a child, hey, when a man is trying to court you, this is how you should treat him. This is how you should whatever else. Because we'll tell a young man, hey, you're supposed to open a door, pull a chair out, pay. She wants you to pay for the meal or pay for everything. She wants you to, walk on the outside of the sidewalk, closest to traffic, all this other stuff.
Okay.
But
I'll be honest, that's something that I have to figure out. That was a good question. On how now I can teach my daughter on what she deserves. But how do I teach my daughter what she is supposed to give when
that right man
when that behavior is right there in her face? I don't know. I haven't figured it out, Rich. I have to figure it out, because I don't know. I don't want to fucking but that's fair though. That's in all fairness. As a parent, I think it's necessary.
Okay.
It's not just a mom thing.
Right. And you do the same things I do, I'm pretty sure, do your daddy-daughter dates and all other stuff, sure. But that's just me, taking my daughter out, showing her a good time, because if any man gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You're gonna expect like so. Is a bar being set? Yes, it is. But yeah, I don't know, how to, tell her like, hey, this is what, when a man does this for you or treats you this way, or does, this is how you show him appreciation or show him that what he does or who he is or what he's doing for you, that you appreciate him. Is it, hey, you take him out on a date? Is it you? I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. It's
subjective.
It is. Phrase of the day.
Yeah, because we've been through, we done lived a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We lived a little bit, right? So we on the back end, past 20s, we late 30s or whatever you call it.
Right.
Right. So today, appreciation for you might be breakfast in bed. It might be.
You're absolutely right.
Right. It might be a haircut. It might be here's some money to go get your car washed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have your daughters are older than my daughter.
Right.
But in the scheme of things, we have young women that we are grooming. But you also know what you wanted.
Yeah, I do.
Token.
I do.
Token of appreciation.
And I'm never teaching that. I'm never telling them that's the right thing to do. Never. Nope.
And that's why I gotta figure that thing. I gotta figure that out. I have to figure that out. In all fairness, I have to figure that out. I'm glad you asked that because I never thought about it that way until tonight. I have to figure it out. If I'm saying I'm fucking Superman, I have to figure that out. It's scary as fuck, but I have to figure it out. So yeah, and that's all I got to say about that shit.
This off on the tangent real quick. I saw this stat today that said by fiscal year 2024, the Army will be 90 to 95% comprised of Gen Zers. Generation Z. Yeah. Well, not the Army, I'm sorry, the military as a whole. That's all branches. By FY 24, it would be 90 to 95% comprised of Gen Z.
That's next year.
Now, Gen Z, I guess we would let's really
give me the number.
What is Gen Z?
Yeah, for sure.
Gen Z.
That's next year, brother. That's next October.
Gen Z is mid to late 90s. Yep. Mid to late 90s. So
well, if you think about it, next year, so that means 23-year-olds.
Yeah. That actually says starting early 2000s. And so I get, it goes all the way to 2010. I guess. Yeah. But yes, so just get back on. Dating, when you date, there's a purpose. Should be a purpose. What is your purpose dating? I would think a general purpose of dating is to get to know someone. I guess try to figure out. So you have people that these days, more than because I hear this more these days, and I've heard these any, other time frame, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. I'm dating to marry.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like there's a step missing in there.
Talk about it. What's the step?
Well, I date to get to know you. And then we take that next step. I don't necessarily date to marry, because once I get to know you, if I'm coming into the situation thinking I'm looking for somebody to marry, how
daddy remarks. Make sure
how do I fully I guess get the dating experience or get to know this person if I'm specifically looking for somebody to marry?
Yeah, I don't buy into that either, though. I don't buy into that either.
I don't think you can necessarily I think it's if I come into the situation thinking about marriage,
mm-hmm.
I don't think I can get the full dating experience, because I think I set the bar at marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I'm looking for is marriage material, or I'm basing everything off marriage.
Okay.
In the times that you've dated, off the bat, has from the first date to date 10, date 20,
okay.
has how many people have been at that marriage bar? Or you had to date to build up to that?
Yeah, you definitely gotta date, man. Like, I don't buy into that shit, man. Like, fucking, I'm dating to fucking marry. Like, it don't even make sense. It don't make sense. Every person that I encounter, I'm not watching to see or looking to see if they are the person, if they are my forever.
Okay. Right. Yeah. No.
That does not make sense to me. Now, if you're taking someone serious, but it's subjective.
No, I can take you serious, but I don't like. Listen.
I'm saying it's subjective from a standpoint of what the word date means.
Yeah, but I'm never. I want to. Well, hopefully, everybody no, because everybody don't date to be serious. Some people just filling voids, until something better comes along. But I think if you are, you're going to be serious, you still you have to get to this point to where you want to go to that next level. Like I can't. I don't know. Should we set standards high dating? Like right off the bat, like when you come into it, or you're going to get to know this person and don't have no expectation. You're going to have some standards, but you're not going to have like these sky high standards. You need to be wife material, everything I need off of these first couple dates or interactions.
I think that for me, it's going to take you showing and proving that I can put you or think of you in that light.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. You have to earn that.
Okay.
Right? I think you set yourself for failure if every person that you are dating, from my definition,
right,
you're dating with the intent to marry. That's stupid. To me, that's just stupid. It's stupid.
I can't agree more. I just think that saying or that thought process is kind of backwards.
Yeah, it is, bro. Shit.
Yeah. So just but I don't know, man. That's a big saying. And for what reason? I mean, of course, the majority of us want to be married and want to get married. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I'm never basing my dating experience off getting married.
Chasing that shit, man.
No.
I'm not chasing it, bro.
God, I am the I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that.
Don't do it. Don't incriminate yourself.
Yeah, because man, listen, I will take my time to get to know a motherfucker fully. Like, yeah, I will. Like, yeah. And I don't know. So I think one issue with me is once I see some shit I don't like, that kind of like, we could have built some shit and up here, and that one like issue problem, we done went down a couple levels. Now we got to get back up here. So I have to figure out how to do that shit. Like, okay, I'm at this point to where everything like we got an argument, we had a disagreement, we had a nasty little fight, and now all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but man, we're gonna get into these unapologetic truths.
Yeah, man.
And get up out of here.
Mind you, let's tell the people, when it comes to these unapologetic truths, understand when we go through our pre-production, right? The questions are never in there, right? No. So majority of the time Reg comes up with them or whatever, right?
Most of the time right before we start, right. Yeah. So I didn't even have time to think about them.
And from time to time, I come up with them. So understand, whatever is said or whatever question is asked, it's off the dome. Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, but we think too much about it at times when we answer the question. I mean, so that don't even, I don't like, but I mean, you and I know that, but for somebody that's listening or watching like that, like, I'm just going to ask you a question and you just going to sit here, and think about it for, oh my God. Yeah, I get it.
People out here that have, on their platforms, man, they fake the phone. We just not.
I get it. Yeah.
That's all. That's
you know what? Shout out to us. Shout out to us. Where am I gonna start? What would the title of your autobiography be, and why? My autobiography. The title of my autobiography. My mom. Quick story. I grew up, single mother. And it's a story that she told me a couple times. She said that once things wasn't, I guess once she found out some of the things that my father was doing, reasons for her to leave him, she told him that while she was pregnant, she said, I'm gonna have a son, he's gonna look just like you, and I'm not gonna need you no more. And I guess lo and behold, she has a son. And
I've seen it. Yeah.
So but she always tell me that like God has a plan for me. Yeah. I'm the child that she prayed for. Yeah. So I think if I was to have an autobiography, I don't know. You can go ahead.
Mine would be, without a shadow of a doubt, it would be I'm gonna take a page from 3-6 Mafia. All right. It would be the most known unknown.
Okay. All right.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I said it is because at the end of the day, wherever I live or wherever I'm stationed, well, I'm in the military, so wherever I'm stationed, but even moving from North Carolina to moving to Maryland, you know, the DC area and shit like that, right? I always try to leave my niche or my footprint on wherever it is I'm at, right?
Okay.
With it, and not just, you know, being an attention seeker, but it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. So I would probably name it the most known unknown, because anywhere that I've been or anywhere that I live or anywhere that I, you know, I've traveled to, at the end of the day, I leave my mark. Sometimes it's on purpose, most times it's not. So that will be the
okay.
autobiography.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's a plan for you, or you're part of the plan, something like that, I guess, being that, you know, because with her saying that, I do feel like, you know, I've said this, you know, when a couple times, you know, months ago, you know, I felt like there's times that I've questioned God, like, you know, what did I do to deserve some of the things that, you know, have came my way? And I do think back to that at times, and, you know, like, you know, this is part of the plan. It's, you know, what is written is written. What was supposed to be for you is supposed to be for you. It's going to come your way, whether it's good or bad. You know, but yeah. So I guess I don't know, something with plan in it. Something with plan. Your woman cheated. She wants to tell you, but she don't know how to tell you. Would you rather she not tell you, hoping that you'll never find out, or would you rather that she does tell you? Do you want to know? I think I would rather her not tell me. And if
that's a true statement.
If I find it out, then we got a whole nother bridge to cross.
Right.
But I don't know the percentages of you find out, you not find out, but
we dumb, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We dumb as fuck.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna second that notion,
Okay.
sir. Now I'm gonna say, bro, I don't want to know, because if I do, don't tell me shit.
Right.
Hide it from me.
Right.
Because I know what my heart and my ego can take.
So so when women say that, do you think they really be telling the truth?
100%.
They just say that for arguments purposes.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Just tell me, but you know what? There are some in my past that when I did tell the truth about, you know, being a dog ass nigga or whatnot, that was hurt, that was crushed, but the respect level rose.
Okay.
Because I went against what the status quo does. Most niggas take it to the grave.
You're absolutely right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been times where that worked in my favor. So, you know. But don't tell me shit.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Take it to the grave with you, baby. If I happen to find out, then that's the road we gonna definitely have to go. But
like, don't get it fucked up. If I even got an inkling of something going on, you know what I'm saying? You know my background. I'm just stupid ass for real. I'm gonna find out anyway.
Right.
So your best bet to do is to not show any weakness, any change in what we got going on day to day, because if it's a change, I'm gonna notice. I'm gonna snip that.
Okay.
Shit. I'm snuff the rough.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
It out.
So
today.
Now, is a difference, or would it be a difference if you found out, you bought it up, and she, you know what, you're right, or nah, nigga, that ain't happened.
So you know what? I've been in situations where I knew what's going on, right? But I throw you little nuggets.
Okay.
Right? I know what's going on. Well, it could be via me being a stupid ass going through iPads or you know, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you know, the information just right there in front of you.
Right.
But you gonna play me like a fool? Okay. Now I know how to handle it.
Okay.
Right? Now I know how to handle it. And when I find out on my own, and you're not forthcoming, then I know you're fraud.
Okay. All right.
And now it's game. It's game on now. Now it's game on. Now you're going now when you do that, the guy that you get the guy that I try to bury many moons.
Yeah.
But when that happens and you so when you insult my intelligence.
That's the trap we fall in. A lot of us, man. But that's the trap we fall. We just.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
you said it's a trap we fall into.
There are a lot of men. They went once the truth is out, they gonna ride with that. What they gonna lie about it and ride with that lie until.
So you can't no more.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, hey, you know what?
Keeping it that well.
I fucked up. You're right.
Yeah. A lot of situations I could have got myself out of. If I just would have told the truth in my younger days.
Maturity, growth.
Yeah, maturity. Yeah.
I
ain't lying to a motherfucker now.
Yeah. What's one bad quality that you wouldn't mind in a partner?
Wow. One
bad quality. Yeah. A bad quality. I got a bunch of like no shit. I can't deal with it.
Right.
Like hygiene and all like so I can't think of a bad quality. Maybe would someone that just talk too much be a bad quality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Motor mouth. Okay.
I can deal with that.
Another
what is that gonna be?
You know
what about an oversensitive person? Is that
oversensitive
or too emotional? Because emotional is a quality, right? Or no? Okay, so I don't necessarily know if I could deal with would it be a hypersensitive person?
You know I got one.
Okay.
Being with a woman that repeats shit over and over.
Do you mean like keep saying the same thing? Okay, yeah.
Hear me out. So let's say you have some shit that you've expressed that you need to do.
All right.
For you.
Okay.
Right. But for whatever reason, you put it off. You know, you have other things. It's something that you express that needs to be done, but it might not necessarily be high on your priority list.
All right.
Or it might be high on your priority list, but you just haven't gotten to it.
Okay.
Right? But this woman repeatedly says something to you about it. On one end, you're like, God damn it. Damn, voice box. You said that shit to me yesterday and the day before.
Right.
But in all actuality, she just cares about you getting what you've expressed to her is priority.
So at what point does it become nagging though?
Well, it's nagging.
Yeah.
You hear it more than once.
Yeah, right.
Or more than twice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's beneficial to you to get it done though. And she's saying it to you because you've expressed that it's important. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not high on your priority list.
It might be.
Okay.
Or
okay.
it might be for the betterment of you.
Okay.
Prime example. If you have a situation where, like, okay, you have an ailment, right? Right. I have an ailment. You go with me because you're already out. I have an ailment. And said woman says, hey, you need to go to the doctor. No, I say, I need to go to the doctor to get this checked up on so I can figure out what's going on with me and I can figure out, you know, what the fix is and I can get the shit documented. So long-term marathon, it's in my records and I can get compensated for it.
Okay.
But you know how this military shit is.
Right.
Getting to the doctor is not as easy as it seems.
This is true.
This is true. You know what I mean? But say a woman continually says, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. She's saying the same shit over and over again while it's nagging. Yeah. But it's to benefit you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What would we call that?
It's still
it's still nagging.
But I don't know if there's a positive nagging. I guess that would be the closest thing to it.
Can someone care too much?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
I don't think so. I'm just how it comes through our fucking earlobes and our fucking eardrums. It comes off as nagging. But in all actuality, if you take a step back, it's beneficial.
Right.
But you got to take that step back, and a vast majority of us don't. So,
True.
So, you know
True.
what I mean?
So, okay, we'll go there. We don't know what to call it. Maybe somebody, one of our listeners or viewers, will let us know.
Yeah.
What about a procrastinator? I think that's a trait I can probably deal with. I think that's probably one. Yeah. Maybe a procrastinator, motor mouth. Procrastinator. Yeah, I can deal with that. I don't think that'll, and because I get to the point, I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna say shit no more. I don't give a fuck. Like
I'm like that now. I'm like that now. Before I wasn't like that. Oh, before you ain't gonna talk, motherfucker. You got, hey, if you make a left down the street, go down the street, make a left, make a U-turn, make the first right, you will see where you got me fucked up. Talk to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, oh, all right, man.
Yeah, I'm becoming the king of. We got to talk about it. I'm not arguing with nobody over nothing. I am trying to keep these hairs as black as they can be, and keep my sanity and all that other good stuff, man. I'm not trying to argue, fuss, fight, go through a whole bunch of back and forth and all that other shit, man. I just I can't. I don't want to do it, man. I don't have the energy no more. I have the energy, but I don't want to give my energy to that. Like, no one likes that though, man. I don't know why no one likes that. Like no nigga, we gonna argue about this shit. We cry together. That's no. We gonna argue about this shit. Yeah, but shout out to, let's get these shout outs, man. Let's get out of here. I was about to we still in mental health awareness month, right?
We are.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's close it out, man. We
So,
good.
man, as always, man, shout out to my dog. You know what I mean? Shout out to the great state of North Carolina, man. Shout out to my people in the DMV area. With y'all. I love y'all. I'm thankful for y'all. Shout out to my babies. As always, man, we always go into it. Mental health is real. We are in Mental Health Awareness Month. Myself and Reg, we may not be subject matter experts when it comes to all things mental health, but I can assure you that if you come up on the net via Unapologetic Pod, Instagram, or our individual pages, I can assure you that before you harm yourself or harm others, that we will work diligently to get you the help that you need, man. Please, if you don't believe me, take me up on the offer. I challenge you. Other than that, man, different toilet, same shit. How I give it up, though.
We might have to get back into shirts, man. I had a couple people ask for shirts.
We gotta get the recipe right, man.
Yeah,
gotta get the fucking recipe right, man. It's gotta work for all parties involved, though.
Right, and dad hat shouldn't be that hard, but this is something we can talk about. Hey, shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all for definitely rocking with us, supporting us. Shout out to family, my loved ones, my babies. And like we always say, man, it means a lot to us that we can get on these microphones and talk, and that there's people that generally want to tune in and listen to what we gotta say, whether you're talking to yourself and like, nah, that motherfucker's wrong, you debating us, I like it. Even the text message and the messages, I ain't got, it's been about last week, this past episode, I haven't got no feedback, but but people are watching and listening. I see. I don't even look at stats no more. But of course, I get the email. I think I don't want to get caught up in the the whole thing of watching, because you can get X amount of views this week and be like, nigga, we on top of the world, and then next week you get a whole lot less, and now you're like, damn, what the fuck did we do wrong? So I'll never want to get caught in that trap. But yeah, we appreciate all y'all. We love y'all. Once again, shout out to Smurf graduating, and big thing, and shout out to all the graduatees. And as Dre said, mental health, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so there's things we all deal with, not just the ones that look like or voice their opinions or voice that they are going through things, also the people that hide it and hide it well, and that you think they're genuinely got shit going good for themselves. A lot of those are the main people that need someone to talk to, or that are dealing with mental health issues. So
check on the person that's always there for everybody.
Yeah, yes indeed. But yeah, man, thank you all for tuning in to another episode. As always, we're Unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Dre the Nomad, Reg Prime Minister. We are out of here. We will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.